Hey, peace and blessings, family. I wanted to come live to you tonight and share with you these cases of Black femicide, um, and why I really believe that we got to get this our whole attention. Because if we don't, we're contributing to Black femicide. I know this is hard, but I think we got to look at it, and I'm going to just try to go through these. The first is from Dearborn Heights, Michigan. This is a mother and daughter. They were fatally shot and killed in an apartment complex. And the gunman was the son and the brother of the victims. And y'all, their names: Danny Walker, 33, and Hazel Walker, 67. Family. And so that's the first case of the evening. The second case just kind of just tore my heart open. This is a baby here, murdered by her father on August the 28th in Evansville, Indiana. Her name is Iowa Merriweather. She was 9 months old, and she was killed in an apartment shooting. So, y'all know how you can look at this little baby face and not feel some way. We will never know her contribution, as she's died so young, murdered. The next one is Natasha Wims, 25 years old. This sister was killed in Indianapolis on the 28th of August, and she was shot by a security guard, believe it or not. And on Friday, armed members of the Black Panther Party gathered at the scene where candles were lit for this sister. She was just murdered, and there was no reason at all for this murder. So this is another sister. Black femicide is real. Black femicide is the killing of Black women. It's like we have homicide, we have femicide. The next person is a sister that was murdered in Memphis on the 28th of August by her child's father. Her name is Ashley Carter. She's 26 years old. And this sister here has children, and her children will never know her. She's 26 years old, family. Mother murdered by her child's father. I know this is kind of hard because we sometimes in the Black community, we don't like to hear about these kind of things. We may know people that are in domestic violence situations, and we turn the other cheek, and we've been the main one lighting candles and crying when we probably could have stepped in. So I salute to people who do that work, because it ain't easy. But I just think when people lose their parents, we lose vital members of our community. The next sister was murdered on August the 26th. Her name was Sharon Grant. She was 54 years old. Let me see. She died from complications and injuries from an assault early in the month. And she has severe multiple blunt force injuries at about 2 a.m. in the morning. And this is in Chicago. And she died of those injuries. That's really, really sad, family. Really, really sad. The next sister on here, Vera Howard, murdered on the 23rd of August from Chicago, Illinois, family. Vera Howard, 23 years old. This sister here was shot in the head at 5:40 a.m. on June the 6th, but later died some months later of those injuries. Beautiful sister, y'all. Beautiful, beautiful sister. Smile and all. This next sister was murdered, and she was pregnant with her first child. This sister here, Kiara McNeil, 32 years old. This sister was shot in the Walgreens parking lot by the father of her own unborn child. And she was pregnant with her first child, family. Very, very sad. Very, very. She was 6 months pregnant, to be exact. So this is Black femicide, family. We gotta do more. This is a young woman that was expecting her child, first child. We should all be feeling some kind of way. This is just senseless murder. Senseless murder. The next sister here is Paige Jones, 27 years old, murdered on August the 24th in Cincinnati, Ohio. Um, and she was killed in Avondale, I guess it's maybe a section of Illinois. And the officer said when they arrived on the scene, people near the address said the shots were, they heard shots basically, and she basically died of her injuries at the hospital. Another sister dead before her time. Makes no sense at all. I don't know how we make sense of this straight out murder of black women, and we're all on hush because they weren't killed by the police. The black community is. This next sister is looks like Janelle Crawford, 31-year-old sister, killed in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. You know, I guess when they got there, there were two victims shot in this 7300 block of Frankstown. And the sister was pronounced dead at 2:45 a.m. That's really, really sad. That means that was in the morning. And people are still searching for her killer who got away in a Kia Sorrento family. This is really sad. We really are missing our women. We cannot have them be murdered like this and we be crickets in our community. That's really, really sad. The next young sister, 18-year-old sister, this looked like Nasika Goodwin. And she is 18 years old. She was killed on the 26th in Dayton, Ohio. And this is really, really sad. When they responded to the assault, she was gone. So they don't have any leads to who did it or what happened. But look at her pretty young face. She has a pretty young face because she's a child, but damn near she's 18 years old. So she's just starting out her life. Just starting. Really sad. Next sister, Renika Richburg, 32 years old. She was murdered by her child's father on August the 25th in Avondale, Louisiana. Sorry, family. And I was trying to read while I was doing that. This sister was murdered by her child's father. I believe the father of the child was, his name was Lord Jones. And he is actually still wanted by the police. So hopefully by the time we see this video, that he would have been picked up. He killed the sister basically. Besides being a mother of a daughter and a son, she also ran a hair braiding business known as Nolan's Braid Head. People flooded the business and Facebook page on Wednesday to leave condolences. You are an awesome mother and the best at what you do or did as a braider. One message said, you did not deserve this. And I guess this was a case of domestic violence turned deadly. That's very sad. And she has children. Her son and her daughter are going to miss her. Now they are without their mother. The next sister name is Serenity Sheath, 17 years old. She was murdered on the 24th of August, and she's from Minneapolis, Minnesota. Sorry, family. So the neighbors recorded hearing 24 shots, and the victim was struck. She was just always smiling and had everybody around her feeling the same way. So this is what Aaliyah Warren is saying about her, a long-term friend. She has just started her senior year in high school. So they don't really have any leads on this yet. And it sounds like this could have been a drive-by. I'm not sure. But look at this beautiful sister, 17 years old. Just started her senior year of high school. So the violence don't stop because it's a quarantine. It does not stop. The next sister, Bridget Seals, was murdered by her boyfriend on August the 25th in Zachary, Louisiana. She was murdered by her boyfriend. I did read this pretty well. They had a history. Now listen to this, family. They had a history of domestic violence Court records show that that he was actually out on a bail of $750 for domestic violence arrest back in June for allegedly attacking the same woman that he is now accused of murdering. That's why I'm not for the revoking of bail. I think people should not get out on bail. This is really sad. This happened, and he was also charged with attempted first-degree murder when he went to court as well. Um, he pleaded guilty to a lesser charge, and in a few years, he was out on that. That was back in 2011. So, family, domestic violence, deadly, and this is just really, really, really sad, family, because they had this man in custody, and she could still be here. You know, very sad case. Very sad case. Next sister here. Make sure I got my stuff lined up. And this is in Champaign, Illinois. Was murdered on August the 20th. Her name is Jasmine Cobbs, 36 years old. This sister, one person was dead, two others wounded. They got to the 400 block of East Hill Street near 4th Street at 1:51 a.m., reporting that shots fired, and found two women, and one man with injuries inside the home. The woman was shot in the leg and the lower back. A 20-year-old man was also shot. Both of them are expected to live, but this person did not, and so she was basically killed. Absolutely beautiful. Her hair on fleek, glasses, butterflies. Too young to die, y'all. 36 years old. It doesn't say if she was a mother or not, but she's just too young to be dead. Too young. Next, Sister Jasmine. This is like Harrington. Was murdered on August the 23rd in Kansas City, Missouri. This sister was killed. She was killed and another one was injured. The victim arrived at the hospital at 3:30 a.m. in a private car with 2 to 3 other people. According to the statement, the Kansas City police said the people in the car reportedly they were in the area 65th Street and Cleveland Ave when the shots occurred. Officers responded to the residency and involved the shooting. So they have nobody for this young 23-year-old sister. Dead, gone. Just senseless killing. Senseless. Makes no sense at all. Then the next sister we have here that has been murdered is Justice Hicks. Was murdered on the 22nd. And she's from a part of New York, I can't even say this, Paducah, Kentucky. This sister, 2 people were killed on Saturday. She was one of them on the 22nd. And the female coroner stated that the people were in an apartment that weren't supposed to be there. And when they got there, they pronounced the victim, Justice Hicks, dead on the scene, 23 years old. 23 years old. That's too young to die. Just too young to be murdered like that. Next sister murdered on August the 22nd, Clarksville, Tennessee. I've been there before. This looks like Demetria McGregor. She was shot. That's all they have on August 22nd. Clarksville police are investigating a shooting that left a woman dead, but they have no leads, family. Look at her, absolutely beautiful dimples, beautiful African features, lips, nose, the whole nine. And she's not here anymore. She's 30 years old. It doesn't say if she has any children or anything. When I see stuff like that, that really just breaks my heart. Next sister, this looks like Jasmia Chambers, 34 years old, loving the braids, loving the nails. This sister is in Syracuse, New York on the 23rd. She was shot in the stomach at about 2:40 a.m. on Josephine Street near Butternut Street in Syracuse. The woman was taken to Upstate University Hospital where she later died. The police found multiple casings on the scene but have not made arrests in this homicide. So here, this woman, we don't know if she's a mother, if she has children, dead on the scene, y'all. Next sister in here. Murdered August the 19th in Washington Heights, New York. This is by Fatima Boston, 20 years old. It basically said that this young lady was discovered who had been stabbed repeatedly in an apartment on West 163rd Street, near the intersection of Amsterdam Avenue. The victim, who lived on the Upper West Side, was rushed to a nearby hospital, but later pronounced dead. She leaves two children. Now look at this young sister. She's 20. She leaves two children, 1 and 3. This sister is 20 years old, and being murdered, stabbed to death like that, she leaves a 1 and a 3-year-old. Our condolences definitely go out to her children and her family, but 20 years old, two children, gone, 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 gone. These two sisters here, two women, are dead after a shooting in Riverside. This happened in Dayton, Ohio on August the 22nd. This is Temprice Goodwill and um, Adriana Middlebrook. Both of them are 27 years old. So basically, these two were found dead. They responded to shots fired on Saturday morning. Once they arrived to the scene, the investigators found that two adult females had been shot, and one of them pronounced dead on the scene, and the other was taken to Miami Valley Hospital, where she later died of her injuries. This case is still under investigation. Y'all, this is ridiculous. 27-year-olds. We don't know if they have children or not. When we lose women in our community, that's like losing a whole lifeline. A whole lifeline. We should feel some way about that. All right, y'all. The next sister here. This is in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, August the 21st. This is Marshanda Taylor, 21 years old. Absolutely just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful sister here, who is now dead. This young woman is dead after gunfire pierced through a wall in a Scottsville house on Friday, killing her but sparing seven other people inside. Police detectives believe that one gunman shot her house and then flee. Shot in her house and then flee. The shots rang out, and the residents in the area off of a scenic highway just north of the airport was reported around 2:30. So, and this sister leaves behind two children. Again, 21-year-old black woman, mother of two, gone. Black femicide is real, gone. We have two children without their moms here. Next little sister is she was murdered on August the 21st in Lewiston, Maine. Natasha Morgan, 19 years old. This woman was found laying on the ground in a driveway, bleeding from two gunshots wound. The witness said they seen a car shortly after the shots rang out. This victim is a certified nurse assistant, was under-responded as the medics tried to revive her on the scene. The witness said that she had been holding a baby and arguing with the man before she was being shot. So whoever shot this sister shot her while she was holding a baby. No forgiveness for that, y'all. Don't make no damn sense at all. Woo! Next sister, Vernetta McCrae, 39 years old, from Trenton, New Jersey. This was on August the 12th. New Jersey state employee was shot and killed in front of her home in Trenton, New Jersey. Makes no sense. Something like this never happens, I guess, where there are the sisters act of violence, and violence needs to stop. Ms. Simmons said, this is, I guess, one of our friends, the victim's auntie, sorry. There are so many things in the world today, and this is the last thing we need to see. Family members said that she was working on a front porch and went out of the blue, shots rang out. So she was on a porch, and then out of the blue, shots rang out. This is really sad. Somebody said she was amazing. She was a serious-minded, but was also dedicated to making her job the thing she did the best. That don't make no sense, y'all. 39-year-old woman dead. Absolutely beautiful, flawless black skin. This is just really sad. Next, sister, Elisa Scott, 39 years old, murdered March 20th in Hopeville, Virginia. Oh, a woman and a man were killed and shot on Thursday Avenue in Hopewell. When the police got there, it was around 2:30 p.m. They discovered these two here dead. So, I mean, the man was dead, but the woman was taken to the hospital. She was transported there, and she died of her injuries. Y'all, this don't make no sense at all. They said a four-door sedan was seen on a security camera. A white four-door sedan was seen. So I guess they're looking for that, trying to identify the owner of that vehicle. 39-year-old black woman gone. Last one on my list for the night. I know it's a lot, y'all, but I just feel like we have to remember those who died this way. I know it's not as exciting as protesting the police and talk about police reform. We need to do some reform in our own goddamn communities because these are too many black women dead like this. This don't make no sense. This sister is Melanie Ray, 40 years old. She was murdered in my hometown I just came from, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, on August the 20th. This is just, oh, this is in the Brewertown section. My cousin used to live there. The 1400 block of North Eddington Street around 7:48 p.m. on Thursday. She reported a person with a gun. Arriving, the police found two people lying on the road with multiple gunshot wounds. The police said the woman was shot in the torso. She was also taken to the hospital when she was pronounced dead. A 35-year-old man was shot in the head. Oh, listed in critical condition. Two weapons were recovered, but no arrests have been made. The woman, now look at her, y'all. No matter what you think she is, she was a mother of one daughter. She was a mother. Melanie was a mother of one daughter. It's really sad, y'all. This has got to stop. It's got to stop, family. I'm trying to look at all these faces. These are the faces of black women who have been murdered. I picked the women out of August and a baby, y'all, a baby now. I picked this for all of August. I don't know if I have them all in here, but it's a lot. I think I got up to 20 women in here, and 20 women to be murdered during the month of August. And that's just, it could be more, is ridiculous. A pregnant woman, you know, look at their faces. A woman who owns a salon, a high school student, you know, mother of 2 and 3 and 4 children. Is ridiculous. You know, senseless murder of black women and girls. Y'all, if we don't do something, this speaks to our community. We ought to be downright ashamed of ourselves if we don't say nothing. Family, let's do something. Peace, family.